Amazing. So as folks are trickling in, we're going to go ahead and get started. We want to be respectful of your time. We are so grateful that you're here with us. I'm Miss Acosta Vepraskas. I am the principal of Montalvan, and we'd love to just start right away by introducing all of our admin team that's part of Montalvan. So we can go on to the next slide. Beautiful. And one more. So again, welcome. Like I said, I'm Miss Acosta Vepraskas. I'm your principal. This is my 9th year as a principal of Montalvan. And I am just incredibly proud to do the work. Not only proud because I get to serve the most amazing community of teachers, but also the most amazing community of families and students. I believe so much in our vision and the incredible work that we do to make sure that students are meeting their goals, that there was no other school that would be better for my own baby. So my son also attends Montalvan, attended last year, and he is now a first grader. And so I'm happy to meet you all, and I'm going to pass it to Miss Welcomer, our vice principal, to introduce herself.
Hi, everyone. I am Jessie Welcomer. I am the vice principal of Montalvan. I'm so excited to meet you all on Zoom tonight. I've been at Montalvan for 7 years. I was a teacher for 5, and this is my 2nd year as vice principal. And I'm so excited to welcome everyone to Montalvan. I'm going to pass it to Coach Pete, our Dean of Students.
There we go. Thank you. Thank you. Hey, thank you. Thank you. So you got the cues. We've been doing this for a while now. Good evening, everybody. My name is Coach Pete. I am the Dean of Students, but that's just a fancy name. More importantly, as it relates to your children or our children now, because like Miss Acosta, I also have a son that will be starting at Montalvan this year. I will be ensuring, as well as the rest of the staff, that children have safe play at recess and during PE, that they're learning how to play, they're having fun while playing, they're being included in all the games, and that, like I said, it's just as safe as possible for them. We're going to be singing, we're going to be dancing, they're going to be the loudest train track of kids on the campus, and we just want the kids to make sure that they're having fun inside and outside the classroom, and our wonderful teachers do an amazing job of ensuring that fun is always on the menu for our kindergarten students. So you will be hearing a lot of singing, kids coming home singing a lot of weird songs about pies and animals. Don't worry about it. It's all in fun.
Amazing, Coach Pete. Thank you so much. And Ms. Dudley is our unconditional education coach. She couldn't be with us this evening, but she is going to be working and supporting our teachers, our students, and our families to make sure that all of our students get what they need around social emotional, around academics, around attendance, and around really any need that students have. So this is our team. We're here to support you. We're here to make sure that every one of our students has an amazing experience academically and socially. But we know that who you really want to meet is our amazing kindergarten team. So I'm going to kick it over to Miss Libunau to introduce herself and her team.
Hello, everyone. I'm Mrs. Libunau. I'm one of the kindergarten teachers in Montalvan. So this is my 7th year in Montalvan. And I'd like to introduce you to Miss Hicks.
Hi, everyone. My name is Erica Hicks. You can call me Miss Hicks. I have been at Montalvan for 15 years. My goodness. And I am super excited to start your child's kindergarten journey in person this year. I'm going to go ahead and move over to Miss Gonzalez.
Hi, everyone. I'm Miss Gonzalez, and I have been here, I believe this is my 9th year, and I'm really excited to be back in person.
Okay, so I guess we're gonna start our orientation. So after meeting the kindergarten team, and I'm sure you would like to know how a day in kindergarten looks like. So here we go. First, we start off with our curriculum. our goal for the end of kindergarten is to make sure our kindergartners are reading, hopefully on a level C by the time they get to first grade, and of course to be able to be excellent mathematicians as well. So to help us achieve that goal, we use the units of study in phonics, reading and writing for our literacy, and which is created by Lucy Calkins. And this curriculum teaches students the strategies to become not only fluent readers, but confident writers as well. And it uses a workshop model. So we teach a mini lesson and then we let the kids practice the skill that we are teaching for that day. And of course, for math, we have Eureka Math, which was developed by more than 200 teachers. And these are also including math experts across the country. And they are California Common Core state standard based. And the unique thing about the Eureka Math is that it connects it to the real world. And of course, for social emotional, we have our toolbox tools, which we do every day during daily morning meetings. So going through the curriculum, I just want to show you how a typical kindergarten week will look like. So this is an example of how busy our day is every day. As you can see, it's filled with activities for every minute of the day is accounted for. It might look a little bit different for every teacher. So this is just as an example. So as you can see, from Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, we start at 8:20 and at 2:20. And then every Wednesday is our minimum day, wherein we start at 8:20, but we end at 1 o'clock. So that's how a day in kindergarten looks like. Now I would like to pass it to Ms. Hicks, who will talk about our class expectations.
All right. Here at Montalvan, we have our 5 core values that all of our students at Montalvan demonstrate from K all the way to 8th grade. We start with our community, where we build community in the classroom and throughout our entire school. We show curiosity, we show grit, compassion, and courage. And throughout the school year, we show our students how to accomplish these core values, and they get pride tickets throughout the school year for fulfilling these core values, and they just create a great sense of community within our school. And all of the kindergarten teachers have a set classroom rules that we all follow. So these are our 6 classroom rules. I'll go over them with you. So number 1, we follow directions the first time. Students are expected to raise their quiet hand if they have a question or they want to participate. Students will be listening when someone's talking, the teacher or other students. We need everyone to keep their hands and feet and objects to themselves. And we are also respectful to everyone. And most importantly, we always want to make sure that we do our best. So these are all the rules for our kindergarten classrooms. And if you are following these rules and our core values, we have class incentives. If we see students following the classroom rules in the classroom, or we see them outside in the yard following our core values, we will give them a pride ticket. I don't know if we have a picture of it on our slides, but they're really awesome tickets that the teachers will be giving out. And oh, there you go. Ina is showing one right there. So the students will be collecting these, and they're kind of like, I would say, think of them as dollars. So what they can do is every week, students will be able to take these tickets into our school store, and they can purchase amazing prizes from the Montalvan Student Store. And also within every classroom, we'll be holding a drawing, every Friday, and students can pick a prize from our classroom prize boxes. So this is our classroom incentives at Montalvan in kindergarten.
All right, so we are continuing to use Seesaw this year. We began using it last year, and we're going to keep doing that this year. This is the method that we're going to be using, the main method that we're going to be using to contact parents, or if you need to get in contact with any of the teachers, this would probably be the best way. And I believe you can download the app. Yeah, there's two versions. There's the class and there's the family. We also use Seesaw to post student work as well, and you can go on there and you can view your students' work, and you can add little likes to it if you would like that. We use it a lot to send classroom and as well as school announcements. So make sure you keep an eye on that. There's a lot of important stuff that we send home through Seesaw. Logistics and procedures, some of the important stuff that a lot of you guys probably want to know about. Our drop-off in the morning, kindergartners will be dropped off in the K Road gate by the chain link gate. Students may not be dropped off before 8 o'clock. We want them to be here. We don't want them here really, really early. There are no adults on campus before 8, so please don't drop your child off before 8. Pickup is the same gate. If you need to pick up your child early for any reason, please call the office ahead of time. We're asking that you stay in your vehicle and someone will bring your child to you. So there's really no need to even get out of your car. Just call up the office and we'll take care of it. Again, regular pickup is also at the same gate, the K Road, the back gate. And please stay in your car as well, and make sure that you follow the traffic flow, the flow of traffic, and the teachers will try to get each student to where they need to be. All students have their own designated waiting area. So we're trying to get that to go as smoothly as possible. Uniforms, we are a uniform school. Students can wear white, light blue, or navy shirts. The pants, skirts, or shorts, also navy blue, khaki, or black. Please no denim, no jeans. Make sure that your child wears appropriate shoes. So no heels, no flip-flops, no sandals, anything they're gonna struggle with. And please make sure that you label jackets and sweaters. They're very similar, so sometimes they get lost. So if you can, please write your child's name on the tag or wherever possible. Breakfast and lunch. All students get breakfast and lunch here. It will be provided. So if you want to send lunch or a snack for your child, you can still do that. Please label the bags though, the lunch bags, so they don't get lost. We don't have heaters or microwaves at school, so please don't send anything that needs to be heated, and only things that are ready to eat. And we encourage you to bring healthy lunches and snacks for students.
Okay, I can do the rest, Ms. Gonzalez. So materials that your child would need in school. So we would like each student to have a regular sized backpack, just so that, you know, if we send home documents like papers or things like books, it would fit inside the backpack and it would be easy, you know, to zip up and to zip open, which would be brought every day to school. And also to bring a regular sized reusable water bottles. Make sure that they're properly labeled, because we do have water stations and we will be teaching the students to how to refill their water bottles during the day, so they can go and just refill their water bottles if needed. So just like, you know, any school, teachers have wish lists. So these are the materials that we would really want to have in our classroom, you know, to be shared with everyone. So like crayons, glue sticks, you know, Kleenex, hand sanitizers, baby wipes, disinfectant wipes, whiteboard markers, and highlighters. And you could also look at our Montalvan website for the supply list for every grade. And that you would see the kindergarten supply list there as well. And homework. So the only homework that we have for kindergarten is to read daily for at least 20 minutes. So at the beginning of the school year, definitely you'd be reading to your child. But then as you know, we go through the year, there'd be times that you would encourage your child to be reading to you and still continue reading with them. So that's the only homework that we have for kindergarten. So since we talked about homework, which is reading, I would like to invite Kathy Moore from our Always Dream Foundation, and she is the book coach for the Always Reading program, which will go hand in hand with our homework for kindergarten every night.
Got it. Okay, thank you so much. Again, my name is Kathy Moore, and I am a book coach with Christy Yamaguchi's Always Dream. We offer the Always Reading program for all the kindergarten students at Montalvan, and we want to work with you and your wonderful classroom teachers to make sure your child has lots and lots of reading success this year. And so to help facilitate that, let me just go over some of the wonderful things about our program. The very first thing you should know is that Always Reading is 100% free. So you won't be asked to pay for anything all year, and your child will receive a tablet like this to use at home for the whole year. And that tablet has thousands and thousands of digital books loaded on it. So it's really exciting and will help to facilitate that 20 minutes of reading every day. If you need Wi-Fi, a hotspot will be provided to you. We will invite you to join us for 3 meetings throughout the year. The first one is going to be the first week in October. You'll be getting some information about that, and it will be a virtual meeting like this one. That's where we'll launch our program and teach you all about all the different components of the tablet and the library so that you're ready to go with it. We will be sending you as well 3 messages, text messages each week that will have reading strategies or tips and let you know about new books that have been added to your child's library. You'll have the support of a book coach like me all year long to answer any questions that you might have about your child's reading or any technical issues that might come up. We do ask you to fill out a 5-minute survey at the end of the program, and then let you know that even though school gets out in May, you will have access to the EPIC library through August, the end of August 2022. So with that, we are just so excited to be able to bring you this program, and your teachers will be sending information home when school starts. We ask that you just click on a link to enroll in the program, and we'll take it from there. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Kathy. So let's continue. Monday, first day of school. So we have some first day of school information that we would like to share to everyone. First day, drop off will be at the kindergarten yard. That is through the K Road gate. And it's the kindergarten yard would be after the chain link gate. So we have a black gate that's for the holes for Montalvan, and then there's a special chain link gate to lead you to the kindergarten yard. So students, like what Ms. Gonzalez said, should not be dropped off earlier than 8 a.m. And no adults on campus. So we got to say our goodbyes before they enter the chain link gate. And we would like to ask if you could write your teacher's name, your student's teacher's name on the back of their hand, just for the first day of school, just so it's easy for transition the whole day. And you will know who your teachers are if you go to the Montalvan website, and you will see the class lists. And I think it will be available on or before Friday, this Friday. And then make sure on the very first day, they bring their backpack, because we'll be sending important documents for them, for you to look at on Monday. And that's basically it for the kindergarten part. So I'm going to send it to Miss Acosta.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. To our teachers and to Kathy, we know we have an incredible program that's designed to have students really excel and be ready for first grade and beyond. But we've got a lot of other logistical things that you are probably on your mind, like COVID and how that's going to make school look a little different. And so we want to direct you to our website. Our website has all of the key information that you need to be able to feel prepared and know exactly how we are making sure that students are safe. And so please write this down. Our website is www.montalvanmanor.org. You can visit that site by just typing that out. You can also go to our district website. And in our district website, it says visit our real website, but the link is there as well. On our website, you're going to find, like Ms. Lebunau said, our supply list. You're going to find our COVID protocols, all very clearly detailed, but we are going to talk about those next. You're going to find the class list, which we know everyone wants to really know about, but we wait until Friday because we have lots of students that move around. So we want to make sure that you get the most accurate information before Friday. And then we've got other important documents like COVID testing forms and important information about our after school program, and you can find the application there. And so make sure you visit it daily so that you can make sure to get the latest updates. And so now we'd love to talk to you about all of the procedures that we're putting into place to make sure that all of our students are safe as we welcome them back in person. So I'm going to kick it over to Ms. Wackemer, our vice principal, to talk about those protocols. And just so you know, we will have time at the end for questions. And so please don't worry. And you can go ahead and start typing your questions in the chat. And when Ms. Wackemer is done with her presentation, we will answer all of them. And I also already answered this in the chat, pero para nuestras familias que hablan español, vamos a poner este video en nuestro website con la traducción para que puedan ver todo, y nos vamos a quedar después de esta presentación para explicarle cualquier pregunta que tenga.
Thank you. So I'm going to talk about what is on our website. It's a safety reopening plan. And Ms. Libano, actually, if you click on that slide, it should take us to the website so I can talk through different pages, or I can just share my screen. So I'll give you a little preview of what our website looks like so you can see all the amazing information that is there. So this is our website. And if you scroll down, you'll see some Zoom links to family orientation, the safety reopening plan, and then below is where class lists will be, supply lists, and everything else that Ms. Acosta mentioned. So I'm going to talk a little bit about our safety reopening plan because the safety of our students and staff is of the utmost importance to us. So we have a lot of measures in place to keep everyone in our Montalvan community really safe. So the first thing is masks. Masks are going to be worn by everyone, vaccinated or not, indoors and outdoors. So that means all staff and all students will be wearing masks inside and outside. So that means the mask has to cover the nose, the mouth. It can't be a bandana. I think we all know this by now. The mask has to properly cover the students and staff's face, and there are posters around our campus as well. We have a lot of masks, so oftentimes with students, it's really important with the little ones to find a mask that actually fits and doesn't slide down off their nose. We do have masks at school. If you forget one day or one breaks or a student is a little too big, we can replace it and get them a mask that fits. But it's really important between now and Monday, if you have a couple masks at home, try them out, see which one's the most comfortable for your students, which ones stay on their face, because they will be wearing a mask inside and outside at school. We are also requiring that all families complete a wellness questionnaire at home. So at home every day, you will ask your student and just make sure they don't have a temperature, no sore throat, no cough, no difficulty breathing, any of those COVID-related symptoms. We want to make sure students are not coming to school with any of these symptoms. If they do have any of these symptoms, they need to stay home from school. If a child develops symptoms during the school day, staff will take their temperature and we will notify family for immediate pickup because we want to make sure everyone on campus is safe. For arrival and dismissal procedures, so students, this page on our safety reopening plan is all about arrival procedures for students. So when you pull up to the school, an adult will be there after 8 o'clock to take the child's temperature in the car. It's really important that when you pull into Montalvan that the student's already wearing their mask and that anyone in the car, including adults, is also wearing a mask because they will be rolling down the window so we can take the temperature. And so it's important that everyone in the car is wearing a mask. Assuming the temperature is under 100.4 degrees, the student will get out of the car and we will check them in and transition them safely to the kindergarten yard. So unfortunately this year, because of our COVID restrictions, families are not allowed to accompany their children on campus. So that's why it's really important that you don't drop your child off before 8 a.m. But an adult will be there, don't worry, we'll take their temperature and we will walk them to the yard where there is yard supervision until the day begins, and the teachers will make sure all their students get into the correct classroom. Dismissal is the same thing. Because parents are not allowed to be on campus, you will wait in your car and the teachers will walk the line of students to the car. Again, please wear a mask while you're in your car waiting for pickup. If you need to pick up your child early, if they have a doctor's appointment or something else, you will just call the office and let them know. And when you arrive, you will again call the office and say, I'm here to pick up my student. And our office staff will actually walk your child out to the car. Again, we can't have adults on our campus with our district safety protocols. So please just call the office and someone will bring your child out to you. We have a lot of other safety measures here on our website that you can read around signage and transitions and being safe in hallways and being safe outside. We also are, we don't have our water fountains turned on. That's why we need everyone to bring a reusable water bottle to fill it up in our water fountain. We have hand sanitizers as students enter the classrooms, as they exit, before they get on the playground, after they leave the playground, before recess, after recess. We are sanitizing all the time. So please encourage your child to keep sanitizing, and teachers will be teaching those procedures in their classrooms as well. Know that our facilities are being cleaned daily and our teachers have lots of supplies of disinfecting wipes and other things that they might need. And then the last section on our safety plan is around meals and snacks. So like our teacher shared, all students receive a free breakfast and lunch. Students will be eating their bagged breakfast with their class during morning meeting, and they will be eating their lunch in the cafeteria. So for lunch, for safety, all students will be sitting only on one side of the cafeteria bench. So there you're not facing anyone while you're eating lunch. Everyone is facing the same direction. And students will be spaced on the benches. Students are allowed to take their mask off while they're eating, obviously, but just to the chin. We don't want students putting their mask on the table and getting food or getting messy or losing their mask or mixing it up. So we're teaching students to just pull their mask down to their chin, eat their food, and then pull it right back up. So those are our main protocols that we have in place to keep students and staff safe. And again, all this information is on our website. You can scroll through all our pages and find more details there.
Amazing. And, again, we just want to say that for us, safety of students and safety of staff is the first and most, important thing. We are doing everything and actually going above the restrictions to make sure that we're ensuring that every student that's here is healthy. You might have also gotten a communication in the district that we will be testing all of our students weekly. So know that you will have some forms that you'll need to sign because we want to make sure that our campus is COVID free. because of that, I know that it's really, really hard to kind of process this idea that our parents are not allowed on campus. And we're really sad about that as well. We normally have beautiful opening ceremonies and we welcome our families on campus, but it is our district policy designed to make sure that we're prioritizing the safety of our students, that unfortunately we are not allowing visitors on campus. And so we'll give our hugs and our kisses right at the gate, and then we will make sure to walk your student to the designated play area where they'll get to meet their teacher and they will make it to class, we promise. We know that this probably creates a lot of anxiety for families, and we wish that we could have it any other way, but unfortunately it's not going to work that way this year. We are happy to take questions. We've already been answering them in the chat. And so you can use the, yes, you heard right. It will be a cadence of weekly for students and for any unvaccinated employees. Most of our team is vaccinated. And so likely it's going to be mostly a student cadence. And so again, our district is taking it very, very cautiously to make sure that our students are safe. So you are correct in that you heard that it's weekly. So if you have a question, you can look down at the bottom under reactions. You can raise your hand and we'll unmute you, or you can just type it in the chat and we'll take your questions. Bianca, you can go ahead and unmute.
I had a question with the whole sharing thing. Knowing it's COVID, are they going to be sharing school supplies?
Thanks for sharing that. So our students all have individual supply kits. So based on the guidelines, they can share some supplies, but we are being precautionary and just making sure that every student has an individual kit of their own supplies. So in our campus, they will not be sharing. You should also know that we do have sanitizer stations at every door, and pretty much anywhere you turn, you're going to run into a sanitizing station. So we're really focusing on our prevention strategies and making sure that students are properly wearing their mask and that they are washing their hands.
Okay, thank you.
Of course. So I see some questions in the chat that we'll go ahead and answer. Your child can be walked to campus, and it's just the same procedure. So if you're driving, we know that little kindergartners, that they still wear car seats. And so you can go ahead and get out of the car to get the child out of the car seat, but we'll say goodbye at the gate. If you're a walker, you just walk your student to the gate and we say goodbye at the gate as well. And then Ms. Walkemer, I'm going to keep in the chat, if you don't mind, maybe helping to unmute and take questions through verbal. So I'm going to go ahead and answer the hybrid learning questions. Unfortunately, we're not providing a hybrid virtual option at Montalvan. We have one school that provides a virtual option. It is Vista. Vista is designed to be an independent study school that's only available for students who are going to disenroll from Montalvan and enroll in the virtual academy for the rest of the year. And so it is not specifically designed to be a virtual school because of COVID. However, it is available to our families. If you're interested in applying, you would have to follow the website link to our transfer office and then apply there. There's a pretty high interest, of course, in the virtual academy. And so we encourage you to do so as soon as possible if you're interested in transferring your student. Let's go ahead. I think I saw, is it Deja? If we could, I hope I said that right. I saw your hand go up. Let's see if I can unmute you. I will go ahead and start answering a couple of questions in the chat while Deja's trying to unmute. Maybe Ms. Walkemer can help me unmute her. Yes, you can send the wish list on the very first day of school. Absolutely, we would love it. And that first week of school would be great. También sí tenemos terapistas del habla en la escuela. So there was a question about speech therapy. We definitely do have speech therapists on campus. For students who are not able to provide and get school supplies, we will absolutely supply it. We will make sure all of our students have the resources that they need to be successful at school. So if you can't get them, don't worry. We will make sure your students get them. The COVID test will be administered by a company called Prendison. They are going to be working with us. We use them in the spring and in the summer. And they oftentimes will send a nurse or a nurse's aide that does the administration. And as we get those forms out and the permission slips, you'll learn more about their procedures. Okay, so Deja, I think you're still having trouble. So I'm gonna continue to try to unmute you and we'll move over to Rodrigo.
Yep. Guys can listen to me?
Yes.
So like about it's the first time my daughter in kindergarten, like little bit afraid about. And about lunch, I have a question.
Yeah.
Like she is allergic from milk and eggs.
Yes, thank you for
Yeah.
bringing that up. We do have a lot of students that have allergies. What we do is we have a form available on our campus and parents fill it out. If you have any sort of an allergy, we ask that you let us know in that form. And what our district will do is they will send her a special milk that has no lactate if she's allergic to milk or eggs. Also, if we have students who are vegetarians or vegans or have a certain restriction to food, all you have to do is just call our offices. We'll get you that form filled out and we will make sure that your child has the right accommodations for meals.
Okay, I just called the office and let the office know, right?
Exactly. And then when you do meet the teacher, we'll make sure that your teacher knows as well. I'm going to write down, Mr. Oliveira, your name so I can look up your student's name so that I can email that teacher so that they're aware. And so day one, I believe you said daughter will not get any milk or egg items.
Yes, the teacher name is my daughter's. Just look their website. That's right.
Yes, on Friday, you will find the list posted there. So you'll be able to find the teacher name and your daughter's name.
Okay, and like about the drop off, I just drive the car, you check the temperature, and the teacher grab my daughter. That's right.
Yeah, so we'll have a lot of staff there. We'll help your daughter get down after we take temperature, and then we'll have a staff member walk. The kindergarten yard is right next to the gate, so we'll walk them to the gate, and then they're going to get to meet their teacher right there. And so we'll make sure that someone walks every single student to the yard where they'll get to meet their teacher.
Okay, it's like have a name there, show us, right?
Could you repeat that? I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
It's like have a sign to show us kindergarten, first grade, and
yes.
Okay.
So that will be on the website, and that's why, because we know that normally our parents are used to walking students to the first day of class, we're asking you that you write their name on their hand so that way we can more easily help them.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Deja's
you.
back. Welcome back. Thank you for coming back.
I said, oh no, what happened? Well, actually, you pretty much covered a lot of the questions that I did want to know as far as dropping off our children. Just want to make sure and just be clear that someone will definitely be there when we drop them off and to walk them to their classes. Of course, the kids are going to be looking around like, oh no, what's going on? My parents not coming with me. So I just want to really ensure the safety of that. And what is your plan, a little more in detail of how you're going to do that with our children?
Absolutely, and thank you for asking. So you'll see me, actually. I'll be out there. at the back gate, and I'm going to have about 4 to 5 more staff. So we're only doing drop off at that K Road for kinder and first grade. And we do it kinder and first grade because we know we have car seats, and you know, it's really hard to be able to get a car seat. Know that there's going to be a lot of traffic that day. The first day's always got a lot of traffic, so you might just want to build that into your schedule. And basically you will see a staff member open the door, take the temperature, and then literally we're going to have runners. And so we've got the little, I guess you could say they're line cords, and then they've got a handle. And so we'll fill up the line, we'll walk all of our kindergartners over to our teachers. We know that for kindergarten and for first grade, they've never been on campus because last year our kindergartners were virtual. And so we've really designed lines and rows so that kids know exactly where to go. And our kindergarten teachers, all they do the first week is tour the kids around and show them the procedures so that they know where to go, because you know, we do this every year, but especially this year we know that there's a lot of anxiety around it. So please know that they will definitely make it. We will, you know, by the end of week 1, they will feel like the big people on campus because they will know their school really well. But we will make sure to have those same procedures in place throughout the year, because of course we're checking for temperatures and making sure that student safety is covered.
Excellent, excellent. And one more question. I heard you say about testing every week.
Yeah.
Can you just describe a little bit more in detail about that?
Absolutely. Yes. Thank you so much for asking that question. And so we're pretty experienced at this because we did it this summer. So it's a simple test that all of our kindergartners went through last year. The testing is not done nasally. We know that that can be a little scary and sometimes a little deep. So what we do is we do the mouth swab with our students, with all of our students. And we have a fully, you know, gloves on, covered professional staff for Brendan, who takes a small swab and asks the students to remove their mask, to open their mouth, and they just swab their cheek gently and then place the little stick back in the bag. We send it away. It comes back usually about 1 to 2 days later. In the form that we fill out, you write your contact information, either email or text message, and you get a result via text message or email, letting you know whether your child's results. As a school, we also get a result. And again, we do it to make sure that all of our students are safe. In the event that we do have a positive case, we immediately communicate not only with the student, but with the school to make sure that we're taking the appropriate next steps to make sure that we have safe campus.
Okay. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Of course, of course. So I'm going to go ahead and keep answering questions in the chat. Okay, I answered that one. After school program. Yes, we have an incredible after school program, Love, Learn, Success. It is a program that is available to our kindergartners from right after school at 2:20 to 6 o'clock. It is free. You heard me, it is free. And they do get supper while they're in the after school program. And so what ends up happening at the end of the day, starting on day 1, if you've applied and done the orientation, is our teachers walk the students to the after school program, which happens here on our campus. And then they begin to have enrichment, they have academic support, and it's a really, really fun program for kids. And then at 6 o'clock, you pick them up from campus, and Mr. Vasquez, who couldn't be with us tonight, will do an orientation for families who apply. Spaces are very limited and people are very interested. So if you are interested, we want you to apply on our website so that you can secure a spot. Okay, so I'm going to go to, let's go ahead and have, I think, Adriana, if you wouldn't mind unmuting, we can go ahead and take your question.
Yes, my question is, I'm also new to the school since my daughter wasn't able to attend in kindergarten. Are we going to be able to meet the teachers through a Zoom meeting?
So we did meet the teachers today. Let me have Miss Lebunau wave, Miss Hicks wave, Miss Gonzalez wave. early September, you will also have a student-led conference. And so I want to say 3 weeks into school, we're going to have our parents be able to set up an appointment with the teacher so you can get to know them a little bit better, so they can get to know you, and you guys can really talk about the goals that you have for your students and how you can support them. So know that that's also coming. Thank you so much for your question. So I also see in the chat about the gates. Yes, if you've never been to Montalvan, it can be a little bit confusing. So we have Walgreens, and then that street right in front of Walgreens is called K Road. For our families in kindergarten, you'll just drive down K Road and you'll just drive right into the school. That's the back of the school, which kind of doesn't make very much sense, but it is a black gate, and that is where our kinder and first grade students will be dropped off and picked up. However, if you want to go to the office, the fastest way is actually to, at K Road, take a right and then actually go down Christine Avenue, which is a more narrow street. And then you'll have another entrance there. Our actual address is 300 Christine, and you can park in our visitor parking lot, and our front offices are there. So in the morning, our older students, 2nd through 8th grade, get dropped off and picked up there. And our students from K1 get picked up by the K Road. So the back of the school is where kindergarten gets to meet. Thank you for that question. Go ahead and take a question from Dulce. I'm asking to unmute you.
Sí, hola, buenas tardes.
Buenas
Tengo
tardes.
una pregunta acerca de la app que teníamos que descargar, la de Learning, no sé qué. Es una aplicación que nos dijeron que tenemos que descargar.
¿Puede repetir la primera parte de su pregunta, por favor?
Ajá. Sí, es necesario descargar la aplicación que nos dijeron de Learning.
Oh, de Seesaw.
No, la de Learning Genio, algo así.
No sé cuál aplicación es esa.
Nos mandaron una carta del distrito diciendo que tenemos que descargar esa aplicación. Es como para llevar el control de cuando llevemos a los niños y los recojamos, algo así, pero a lo que estaba escuchando hay un nuevo plan para la llegada de los niños, ¿no?
Sí, exactamente. Nosotros tenemos un plan específicamente para Montalvan y no tiene que cargar ninguna aplicación para eso. Todo lo estamos haciendo en persona. The question was around, was there a particular app that we needed to download to be able to do like a check-in, check-out for students? And Montalvan is not doing an app that way. We are doing all of our screening on site in person. And so that's why we're doing temperature checks. Okay, so we're gonna keep going. I think Fabiola, I'm gonna try to unmute you.
Yes, thank you.
Yes.
I have a question from my boy. It's the first time to his personal school.
Yes.
And then I worry about, the COVID, every panic, I worry about that. I worry too so much because, the kids, the hold the mask, sometimes wash your hand, 20 minutes, that's why I worry about that. And then I don't know, he's fine. My daughter, he's fine. I don't know where he's the correct class. And whatever I know the worker is taken, I need to make sure. But my son, he got the correct classroom. Or no any problem, because sometimes the mothers, that's why I worry about that too. And the both big problem right now is the COVID.
Yes.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah, and we share it with you as well, Ms. Roblero. We're concerned of as well, which is why we're being very, very strict with our protocols. And that's why we're masking indoors and outdoors. And so please know that from Montalvan, you'll always get the most safe experience. We want kids to have fun. Our kindergarten teachers take safety very, very seriously. When students arrive, they are going to get a lanyard that has their name that's color coded so that everyone on campus knows this student belongs in Miss Libunau's class. This student belongs in Miss Hicks's class. This student belongs in Miss Gonzalez's class. And anywhere we go together, we go in a line. So please know that safety is our priority, not only safety physically on campus, but also now safety with COVID-19.
Okay, now a question too about the recess and the recess. What is the we mask, wear mask or no mask?
We are wearing masks at recess. Some schools are not. Some schools are not wearing masks outside, but at Montalvan, we are doing masks outside because we feel like it's really important that students play, but we want them to play safely.
Okay, yeah, because some kids, you know, it's impossible wear on the mask. That's
yes,
why.
yes, yes. Coach
Yeah.
P?
Yes, thank you. Also about the mask too, and there's also times since we've had experience in the summer and spring with students on campus having to wear masks. We know that sometimes when students are playing and it's hot outside, they do need to take their mask off to breathe. We have benches and we have tables where students let us know if they need to go stand aside to take their mask off for a moment or to get some water or to eat a snack. They're free to do that as well too. And all of the staff on the playground are going to be constantly reminding students to keep the mask on, but you'd be amazed and surprised of how well the students do of keeping their own mask on and reminding each other if it happens to fall down. Sometimes they're too big. And then also what I wanted to do, Ms. Acosta, am I able to share my screen? I wanted to give the parents kind of a visual of what it may look like, as how close the black gate, the playground, and the classrooms are, so they don't think that the students are going to be actually having to walk around the whole campus to find their class. It's set up really, really simple for them. Okay, perfect, cool. All right, so now I just have to go to share screen. I haven't done this in so long. I actually had to update my Zoom because I haven't used it in so long. Thank you. Okay, share screen. Here we go. All right, so this is our campus from a bird's eye view or helicopter view. And I don't know if you all can see my arrow here, but this is the street where you're going to K Road. We're going to drive down and there's going to be a little assembly line and it's going to take time. And right here is where we're going to have staff, Ms. Acosta, waiting. This is the black gates right along here. Sorry, black gates are right here. Staff will be waiting right in front of the black gates. If you need to kiss your kids goodbye, kiss them goodbye in the car, wave to them, please try to get those pictures away at home. Trust me, I had to hear it from my own lady and partner and wife because she's unable to be on site and get those pictures that we all want. So however you can make that day special for you, please do, because we're just trying to keep the students as safe as possible. But this black gate right here, the students are literally going to take what's 12 steps for us, maybe 36 steps for them from this black gate to this black gate right here. And this is their playground where they will be playing right here. And their teachers will be here to meet them literally from right here to right there. If this preschool building wasn't there, you'd be able to see them through the building. So they're literally going to be, you'll be able to hear them from the car. They'll be able to hear you saying, bye, I love you, as you're leaving, all right? It's literally that close. And their classrooms are literally right there too, right alongside the playground. They're going to enter into the classroom. So there's really no space for them to leave. All the gates are closed and monitored. We make sure to keep all the children monitored and inside all the time. So I'll let you, as a parent and also as a staff member there too, as Ms. Acosta is too, we're gonna go above and beyond to ensure that all the students feel safe, knowing that it's their first time there too, and they're gonna be nervous, they're gonna be scared. We have experience there and we're gonna give them love more than anything else.
Yes, thank you, Coach Pete. That helps so much to be able to make it visual. So thank you for doing that. A couple of questions that I see in the chat that I just want to bring to the room as I unmute. I think Clorinda, you're next. Our class size in kindergarten is 22, 23, no more than that. And we do have after school program for first grade. In fact, our after school program is for the whole school. All right, Ms. White. You should be able to unmute now.
My concern is they won't be able to follow procedures with the kindergartners, the state procedures, and keep them safe. And I'm a grandmother, so I'm concerned and have to drop her off on the first day and can't go in with her, how she's going to take that.
Yeah, absolutely. You met our incredible, I swear we have the most experienced kindergarten team in the district with a wealth and decades of experience. So what I would say about all three of them is they're very, very good with procedures, and I want to say they've only ever taught kindergarten. So they know that they have to teach every single procedure. We've done this with kindergartners in the past as we brought them back to in person after never being on campus. And we're really proud to say that all of our learners, including our littlest ones, were able to safely follow procedures, not only around safety and walking where they're supposed to walk, but making sure that they're properly wearing their masks at all times and washing their hands frequently. So we are with you. We're worried too, but in terms of safety, we feel like we have a really solid plan to make sure that students are safe.
Okay, and the kindergartners, they go to school from 8:30 to 2:20?
8:20, bring them to us earlier.
8:20?
Yes, 8:20 is when class starts. 2:20 every day except for minimum days. So every Wednesday is a minimum day, and then we also have some special minimum days. And when there's a minimum day, they get out at 1 o'clock.
That's good. That's good. When my kids went to school, they got half a day, 8 to 11.
Ooh, no, we want them all day. They've got a lot of learning to do.
Okay, so, and the water bottles, do we fill them up before they have them in a backpack full with the water and stuff with their names on it?
That's a great idea. If you want to bring them full, and then we have the water bottle refill stations that they can fill up again.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Ms. White. And don't forget to put the name on the water bottle and on we know how expensive jackets are. They will leave them on the yard. And so if you put their name on it, we can make sure it gets back to them. And then the same for the water bottles.
So what about the name tag for the first day of school with the name? Should I put her on a name tag with a name and a teacher's name on it?
If you have a name tag, it's probably going to fall off. So we're suggesting that you write it with marker on their hand.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm going to go to, let's see. I want to say, I lost order there. So I'm going to jump to Angela.
Hola, buenas tardes. Entiendo cómo vamos a dejar a nuestros hijos, pero tengo dudas a la hora de recogerlos, de que no se los vayan a dar a cualquiera. No sé cuáles van a ser las medidas que tengan. La verdad no entiendo perfectamente el inglés, pero me parece que la llegada sí la entendí, que tienen que traer su nombre y el nombre de la maestra. Sí. Pero a la hora de recogerlas, tengo dudas de que no se la vayan a dar a cualquiera a mi hija.
Sí, claro que sí. Mire, lo que vamos a hacer es a la hora de salida, las maestras van a llevar a los niños en fila y ellas van a esperar ahí hasta que pase el papá o la mamá para recoger al estudiante. Nosotros tenemos tarjetas de emergencia que vamos a mandar a casa ese primer día para que usted pueda nombrar quiénes son las personas fuera de los papás que necesitan recoger, que tienen permiso para recoger esos niños. Y cuando es una persona que no es el papá o la mamá, pedimos que nos enseñen la identificación para confirmar que son la persona que están ahí. Después de los primeros días, vamos a darles a cada padre un papel que tiene el nombre del estudiante y el nombre de la maestra para que puedan poner en el automóvil para que sea un poquito más fácil reconocer el carro con el nombre.
Ok, muchísimas gracias.
Claro que sí. So this is a great question. We really understand the arrival procedures, but what are the pickup procedures and how does that happen? And so our teachers walk our kindergarten students and stay with them to the black gate until they get picked up. So students will find their parents. So we always release students to parents, mom or dad, only. And if you have an emergency, you'll receive an emergency card on the first day packet to fill out, and you will pick out which adults are approved to be able to pick up your student outside of parents. Whenever we do have a approved pickup, we always check ID to make sure that it is the correct person. And then our teachers will also be providing you a piece of paper that has your student's name and your teacher name so that you can put it in the front of the card and make pickup a little bit easier, so that we know that, yep, this is the card. You know, after a couple of weeks, you know, Ms. Hicks will be like, yep, I know this is Jimmy's car, right? And we can facilitate that. But the ID, the little piece of paper helps us to be able to get the traffic moving and everyone safely into a car. Okay, so lunchtime, I see some questions about lunchtime procedures. So just so you know, we are following the recommended distancing and protocols around lunch. So our students will not be able to, unfortunately, sit across from each other at lunch. We are only doing seating on one side, so students are facing one single direction. Our cafeteria capacity has, because of it, been cut in half. And so we do have proper ventilation system available in the cafeteria, and a lot of staff to be able to support our kindergartners, especially because we know that, you know, a lot of times our families are used to helping students eat. So we'll be there to help them open, you know, meals, food of any kind. And then again, if you do have a child with a special need around food, we do suggest that you send them with their own lunch the first day and probably the first couple of days, and that you call our office to get the form to fill out so that we can order a special meal for them. I am gonna jump to, I believe, Adriana.
Yes, I have a question. Actually two questions, because I'm concerned about lunchtime, because you know how they're gonna be taking their mask off, and how about if another child has similar mask and they end up switching their mask? Are they gonna be labeled, or how are you guys gonna take?
Good question. Yes, this is why our suggestion is this. For students to eat, we're saying wear the mask and we're pulling it down. We are not taking it off. I've got a 6-year-old, so I know that as soon as he takes it off, he's gonna throw it away. And so if it is, yes, if it's a reusable mask, we do recommend that you write the last name on it. That will help, but we are recommending that all students just put it on and then pull it down so that we don't lose the mask. We also don't want the mask touching other surfaces. We really want the mask to stay preserved, and we will be doing mini lessons in the classroom and outside of the classroom around how to properly pull it, not put your hand inside, but to properly touch it from the outside so the inside of the mask remains clean. Excellent. So I'm going to answer a couple questions from the chat. I do see questions about class lists. So our class list will be available on our website, montalvanmanor.org, on Friday. La lista de clases va a estar disponible en nuestra website, montalvanmanor.org. Ms. Welcomer is putting it in the chat el viernes, y ahí va a poder saber quién es el maestro de su estudiante. For student pickup, you will be getting the emergency card in a folder on the first day of school to let us know who is approved for pickup. Entonces, el primer día de la escuela va a recibir un folder con la tarjeta de emergencia que usted nos va a dejar saber quiénes pueden recoger a sus niños. Yes, and we have, the question is, my daughter only speaks Spanish. Don't worry, we've had many students that only speak Spanish. We're very good at that. We'll make sure that they're taken care of. We have a bunch of staff that speak a different language, myself, Ms. Welcomer, Ms. Gonzalez, and many other staff members. So we'll make sure they feel safe and are having a great day at school. No se preocupe si su estudiante no habla español. Nosotros hemos recibido a miles de estudiantes que no hablan español o no hablan inglés, y tenemos yo hablo español, obviamente, Ms. Welcomer, nuestra subdirectora, habla español, Ms. González también, y nos vamos a asegurar de que lleguen al lugar correcto y de que se sientan cómodos y saludables en la escuela. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and jump over to, let's see, I think Garza Rosita has a hand up.
Hi, I have a couple of students that go to Montalvan, and their sister's gonna start this year. So I came to the middle of the orientation. So the drop off for the third graders, would it be on the same as kindergarten?
Good question. So it's not, it's on the other side, but if you have a kindergartner, it's okay to drop off your older student on the kindergarten side, so you don't have to go all the way around. You can just drop them both off in the same location. And then we are recording this orientation So we will be posting it in on our website, so you can see it and go back and watch it again. And
Okay,
we
that'd
will
be great.
and we'll be adding all the Spanish subtitles. So para nuestras familias de que hablan español, va a estar video en español en el website. Thank you. Okay, I'm going to go over to Bianca.
Hi, I had a question about the student ID. I was just on the website to try to enroll her to the after school program, and it said a student's ID.
I know, I don't know why they keep asking that. For now, I would just enter 5 zeros. No parent knows their student ID yet. So go ahead and enter 5 zeros. I'll let the after school program coordinator know. And then once we get the finalized list, I'll give him the real ID numbers. Thank you for asking that question. Of course. Deja.
Okay, work this time. I just got like one last small question. Was there any way that you guys could do some type of slide or post about how the classroom looks? I'm really interested. I want to know how the classroom looks, how our children are being seated in the classroom. I want to see where the sanitizing is, the hand washing, the water area. I want to see inside of the classroom, but I know we can't go in.
I want you to see too. So we've got a couple of, we've got a couple options. So Ms. Welcomer and I are working on a virtual tour. So we'll be videotaping every single procedure that we just talked about so that it's available for all of our families, because it's, you know, everybody wants to know. And we want you to know too, because we're really proud of the procedures that we've designed. We also are going to be setting up tours in person if people want. We will do them after school when we don't have students on campus, and it's going to be on an appointment basis. And so we will make that available for any family member that wants to come in and do that. But, you know, we know that a lot of families just kind of want to see what it looks like and maybe don't want to necessarily make an appointment. So that should be available on our website by Friday is the goal.
Okay, excellent, excellent. Thank you so much again.
Thank you. Okay, I'm going to go to Angela. Angela, I think you should be able to unmute now.
No, creo que se me levantó la mano sin querer.
Oh, no hay problema, no se preocupe.
Lo siento.
Okay, so let's go over to Jeanette. Oh, I think I lost Jeanette. Rosita? Okay, I'm going to jump over to iPhone. I think it says you can unmute now.
Hola.
Hola.
Hola, sí, yo me recién uní a la sesión y tal vez no escuché la información, pero necesitaba saber la hora de entrada del niño. Él va a estar en kindergarten. Solo escuché cuando dijo de que se van a ver la maestra el día viernes, ¿verdad? En el sitio web de la escuela. Ok, y ahora sobre el lunch, ¿a qué horas va a ser el lunch? ¿Puede llevar su comida o les van a dar ahí comida?
Buenas preguntas. Primeramente, esta junta ha sido grabada, entonces va a poder encontrar esta junta con la traducción en español en nuestro website, montalvanmanor.org. La lista para saber quiénes son los maestros va a estar disponible en esta misma página el viernes. Y a todos nuestros estudiantes reciben un desayuno y un almuerzo gratis. Pero si los padres gustan, pueden traer la comida de casa. Nomás les pedimos que por favor sea algo que puedan comer sin tener que calentar. Okay, we'll go over to Katie.
Buenas tardes.
Buenas tardes.
Una pregunta, como mi niño va a ir en kinder y el otro en segundo y el otro en sexto, ¿ahí pueden mismo bajarse?
Sí, no queremos hacerlo muy difícil para la familia, so puede dejarlos a todos en el lugar de kindergarten para que puedan caminar juntos.
Ok. Entonces el viernes ya recibimos con qué maestra les toca.
Sí, a todos, va a estar todo en la página web.
Ok, muchas gracias.
Claro que sí. Okay, so I'm gonna go try Rosita again to see if maybe her hand is up still.
Sorry, I don't know how to take the hand down.
Oh, no worries. I just wanted to make sure you didn't have another question.
No, I
Okay.
didn't.
Okay, I'll go over to
Thank you.
iPhone.
Hola, quería saber si si la entrada para kinder es en el lado de al frente o es en el portón grande atrás.
El portón grande atrás, el portón negro.
El portón negro, ok. Ese es el que está sobre la Christine Drive. Ese es el
No, el portón negro es el que está en el K Road, que está más cerca de la Walgreens.
Ok, ese es para kindergarten.
Sí.
Ok, 8:20 de la mañana, ¿verdad?
Yep.
Ok, muchas gracias. Estaba
Gracias a
viendo de que decía de que en el carro teníamos que poner el nombre del niño y la maestra.
Sí, en la mano el nombre de la maestra y cuando lo recoge el nombre del niño y de la maestra también ayudaría.
Ok, está bien. Está bien.
Gracias.
Muchas gracias a usted.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and unmute Everton.
El nombre de la maestra en la mano del niño, pero...
Okay, let's go to Fernanda.
Hola.
Hola.
¿Me escuchas?
Sí.
Tengo una pregunta, mi pregunta no es de todo que están diciendo, es porque yo intenté hacer la aplicación para mi hijo, tengo un que va al kinder y otro va al 3er grado. Y mi amiga me ayudó, conseguí hacer para el chiquito que va al kinder, pero para el 3er grado no pude lograr. Y quería saber si tenía alguien que puede me ayudar a hacer esto, porque yo no puedo.
Está difícil, no se preocupe. Muchas personas necesitan ayuda. Mañana llame a nuestra escuela. Es 510-231-1405. Tenemos a 2 secretarias. Una de las secretarias habla español y la puede ayudar a hacer la aplicación en línea.
Oh, qué bueno, porque llamé ahí, pero tenía una señora que hablaba inglés. Dije que hasta el 11 iba a estar solita.
Sí, hoy día llegó la que habla español.
Oh, sí, ay, qué bueno, porque está bien difícil, porque yo comprendo, pero hablar está bien difícil. Entonces, me está haciendo bien difícil hacer la aplicación para mi hijo que va al 3er grado y tengo que hacer la aplicación para ellos para el after school también.
Sí, eso le podemos ayudar en esas 2 aplicaciones. So, llame mañana a primera hora como a las 8 para poder reservarle su cupo.
Ok, una pregunta más. Para la comida, para el lunch, ¿yo tengo que hacer la aplicación también o...?
Todos van a recibir la comida gratis el primer día. Va a haber una aplicación, pero se la vamos a mandar un poquito más tarde.
Ok, entonces muchísimas gracias.
Claro que sí. Okay, so I'm going to jump over again to Everton. If you can, there we go.
Hola, buenas tardes.
Buenas tardes.
Sí, mi pregunta es, porque mi hija no habla inglés en español, pero yo no voy a conocer personalmente la maestra, no sé cómo hacer en el primer día, entonces, porque vamos a entregar a un funcionario de la escuela, pero no sé cómo va a pasar, ¿entiendes? Esa es la preocupación.
Claro que sí, no se preocupe, nosotros somos expertos en ayudar a los niños de que no hablan inglés. Yo también, cuando vine a los Estados Unidos en 4º grado, no hablaba nada de inglés. Tenemos a muchas personas en nuestro equipo que hablan español y vamos a asegurarnos de que conozca bien a la maestra. Como le digo, Ms. González también habla español en la clase. Y Ms. Libunao y Ms. Hicks están aprendiendo un poquito. No se preocupe, ellas están muy acostumbradas a tener estudiantes de que hablan un idioma diferente.
Ok, muchísimas gracias entonces.
Claro que sí. Okay, we'll go over to Jeanette.
Yeah, I have a question about restrictions on what they take for lunch. Is there anything that they can't take? I have like a really picky eater and I don't think she'll eat school lunch. So I do want to take lunch or her have to take her lunch. I just want to make sure there's nothing that she's not allowed to take.
Yeah, thank you for asking that question. Yep, I have a picky eater too, so I know what you're dealing with. Absolutely, we do encourage, like our teacher said, a healthy lunch. We want to make sure that students have an actual meal, so we really try to prevent sometimes what we see is a lot of snacks. So we really want them to have something like a sandwich that's going to be substantial. And we do ask families to not send sweet treats. And so we try to prevent the consumption of high sugar items like chocolates, because obviously we want them to be able to stay focused in class, and sugar can really alter them. And so as long as it's a healthy item and as long as there's no chocolate involved, then we are good to go. And then we also do ask that that students have a meal that they do not need to heat up, because we don't have microwaves available for students. And so what we have had families that want to send a warm meal do is they just send it in a little thermos. It usually stays warm throughout the day. That's worked really fine in the past. And we ask that families please label lunch boxes and thermos items so that we can make sure that if they do forget it in the cafeteria, that it makes it back to them.
And then also, Ms. Acosta, to add about the healthy eating and making healthy choices, part of our PE curriculum involves teaching our kids as young as kindergarten how to make healthy choices through playing games and having fun and things like that. So we, like Ms. Acosta said, we appreciate that support coming from home and at school to ensure that the kids, again, are staying safe inside and out.
Thanks, Coach. I'm going to jump over to Fabiola.
Sí, ya que estaba de español, creo que me hablan en español, le pregunto. Sí, se me saltó una pregunta. Lo que pasa es que el niño, bueno, aquí en la casa estuvimos con gripe. Gripe, no fue nada otra cosa, ¿verdad? Entonces él está como un poquito con tos todavía y flema. Entonces esa pregunta, no sé si lo puedo mandar así todavía a la escuela o no.
Estamos pidiendo que las familias, no interesa qué tipo de enfermedad es, que si los niños están con síntomas, que por favor se queden en casa, porque queremos asegurarnos de que estemos libres de enfermedad en la escuela.
Sí, pero, sí, perdón, pero ese es flu, es regular, no es, no es
sí,
el COVID.
Sí, y eso todavía es la restricción, es de que si es flu, si es la gripe, si es cualquier cosa, sí pedimos de que por favor se queden en casa cuando todavía tienen síntomas. Si no tienen síntomas, está totalmente bien.
Ok, entonces en ese caso, como el niño todavía está tosiendo un poco y con flema, entonces todavía no puede empezar el lunes.
No, si todavía tiene síntomas el lunes, no.
Okay.
Pero por favor déjeles saber a la oficina, llamándoles, dejándoles saber para que ellos sepan que nomás está enfermo.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm going to translate that question. It hasn't been addressed yet. So what if my child is sick and they might have cold-like symptoms or flu-like symptoms? It's not COVID, but they're sick. Please keep them at home. We really want to make sure that we ensure safety. And so if your student is having any symptoms of any kind, we ask that you keep them at home. But you do need to call the office and you need to let us know that you're keeping your child at home because they're sick.
Gracias.
Claro que sí. So I see a question in the chat and it is about sweatpants. Absolutely. We don't care about name brands with uniforms. All we care about is colors. And so as long as the sweatpants are khaki or white, no, don't send white pants. Those will get dirty right away. Black pants, that's totally fine. Okay, we're going to jump over to Adriana.
Yes, going back with missing days, would that be affecting their attendance and will it affect their grade or,
That's
you
a
know,
great
because sometimes when
question.
you miss certain days, then the district sends you a letter
Yes, they
that they have
do.
to.
Yes, we do. Yes, so attendance is really important. And we know that the research out there is that, you know, every single day that students miss, it's an instructional, you know, loss. And so we want to make sure that our students are there every day. The state of California requires attendance. And if students miss more than, you know, a few days or 10 days, that you end up getting a lot of letters. And we really want to obviously have students come to school every day. However, if they're sick, they're sick. And so we really want you to keep them at home when they're sick, but we want you to let us know so that we can excuse the absence on PowerSchool. Okay, I think we've got an iPhone question, but I believe it might have been from last time, but go ahead.
Hola, Juan, disculpe, yo es primera vez que estoy es mi primera vez con mi niño y tengo demasiadas preguntas quizás.
No, it's okay.
Ok, tengo la curiosidad con el uniforme. Medio entendí de que podía usar azul o caqui o camiseta blanca, pero no tienen un color definido para la escuela.
No, esos son los colores aceptables. También gris está bien. Puede ser cualquier de esos colores encima, cualquier de esos colores abajo. Y lo único que pedimos es que no tenga marcas. Entonces no queremos ver Nike, no queremos ver dibujos, nomás
Pues,
colores blancos.
Puede ser como los pantaloncitos formales que venden en Walmart o pants, puede ser también.
Yes.
Ok, y lo último es sobre, dentro de la escuela no va a haber ningún tour donde yo pueda ver en qué salón va a tocarle o dónde va a estar él mientras esté estudiando, no voy a poder ver adentro de las instalaciones.
No, ahorita lo que estamos haciendo es estamos haciendo vamos a hacer una pasada virtual para las familias para que puedan ver en video cómo se ven los salones y si las familias después de eso quieren todavía venir a visitar, después de que los niños se vayan a casa, pueden llamar a nuestras oficinas para hacer un appointment y le podemos dar un tour. Ms. Lubinao.
Yes, actually, there was a question in the chat about materials. I think some of the parents are concerned, and we did say that materials, they will have their own. So I just wanted to see materials would show you guys that the materials would be in boxes or in baggies. So don't worry, each student will have their own set of materials. And if we need manipulatives or anything else for math and any other thing that we would need for any activity, definitely each student would have their own bag or box with the necessary materials for that activity.
Thank you for catching that. I appreciate it, Ms. Lubinao. Well, we just want to thank you guys. We know that this year is like no other year ever, and we know the anxiety levels are high. We know that we're asking you to trust us with your babies, but you don't even know us yet. But please know that we're working very hard to make sure that your students not only have a safe experience, but that they have a fun experience. We're so excited to bring them back. We know that they're going to be learning a lot and that they're going to have fun. And if a question comes up and you're like, I didn't ask it, don't worry. Feel free to go ahead and email us. Our emails are available on the website. There's also a form that you can fill out if you have a question, or you can go ahead and just call our offices and we're available to support you. We want to thank our teachers for this wonderful orientation, and we will see you all on Monday at 8:20 in the morning with your uniforms. Thank you.